Okay, girls, so in the last class, in the last video, we spoke about the end of Yeravam, about the prophecy that he was given, the punishments that he was given, and then eventually his death and who reigns in his stead. So we really did not focus on Rechavam at all so much, especially the past few programs. So now the story is going to take us back to Rechavam and what he's going through. Okay, so I want you to do the do now on the side here of the video. So the first question is, we are told that Hashem judges people differently. Why do you think he does that? Like, we know that Avraham Avinu is judged differently than the way, you and me are judged, and Moshe Rabbeinu and David HaMelech and all these like really big tzaddikim are judged much harsher, usually, from the way other people are judged. So why do you think Hashem judges people differently? His second question is, do you think Rechavam is held to a higher standard than Yeravam? Why or why not? So if he is, maybe think about the place that he's ruling over, the people that he's ruling over. Would he be judged on a higher level than Yeravam? Why or why not? And last question is, if you could have changed one thing about Yeravam, what would it have been and why? Okay, so now we're going back to Rechavam's kingdom. So we're going to be on number 17 in the packet. Okay. Urachavam ben Shlomo, Malach v'Yehuda ben Arba'im ve'achat shana. So Rechavam reigned over Shevet Yehuda. Oh, well, hold on. Sorry. This is how old he was when he became king. He was 41 when he became king. Rechavam b'malko sheva asrei shana Malach v'Yerushalayim. So he ruled for 17 years. So number 17 is he ruled for 17 years. That's totally a coincidence. And how old was he when he started to reign? He was 41. Okay, why does Hashem tell us that he was 41? The pasuk is telling us that Rechavam was 41 to teach us that he was a mature and capable leader. He also ruled in Yerushalayim, so the fact that he was led astray is an even bigger deal than Yerovam being led astray. So when we talk about Rechavam sinning, we can't blame the fact that he was young. He wasn't young, he was 41 years old. And we also can't blame the fact that he wasn't close to Hashem, because he lived like next door to the Beit HaMikdash. So him sinning and him doing Avodah Zarah is a much bigger deal than Yeravam doing it, even though it's a huge deal that Yeravam did it. Imagine how much more so it is that Rechavam did it. Okay, number 20, who is his mother? His mother's name is Ne'ama, and why is Hashem telling this according to Radak? Why is Hashem telling us this? So instead of going after Shlomo, who was all in all a very good king, Rechavam decided to follow in his mother's footsteps. And how did he do that? Whoa. Okay, hold on. Sorry. How did he do that? Hu avad avodat gilulim. He did avodah zara. Shanim shalosh. So after the third year of his reign, the first 3 years Rechavam was pretty much good, and then after the third year, he started doing avodah zara, like maybe not doing it the way Yeravam did it, but he followed avodah zara, and he allowed his people or whoever to do avodah zara. And this is because of the influence of his mother, who was one of these converted women that Shlomo took as a wife. And you see that like it really led a lot of people astray. Okay, so now we really have the whole Shevet that messes up here. This is number 22. Pasuk Chaf Bet tells us that Shevet Yehuda did things that angered Hashem. So again, whatever they did was not as bad as what Yeravam's nation did. You have to really realize that. But even so, they built Bamot, they built Matzavot, they built Asharim. So the translations for those words, even though you need to know them in Hebrew, are Bamot are those altars that they're not allowed to have when the Beit HaMikdash is around. Matzavot are monuments that could be Avodah Zarah. And Asharim are these trees that people used to worship. So they built them and they had them. And it's really not okay to have these things, and Shevet Yehuda had them. So now it's punishment time for Shevet Yehuda, and what's the punishment? That V'hi b'shana chamishit, so it was the 5th year, Lamelech Rechavam, that Rechavam was king, Allah Shishak Melech Mitzrayim al Yerushalayim. So Shishak, the king of Mitzrayim, came and attacked Yerushalayim. So this is a direct punishment for Shevet Yehuda's sins. That's number 25. This is the reason why it's put here. And there's a debate about who this person is. According to Rashi, Shishak is Shlomo's father-in-law. According to Radak, it's a totally new king who had no relation to Shlomo. And he came and attacked, or really looted the Beit HaMikdash. And he took certain things. So he took all the treasures of the Beit HaMikdash, he took all the golden shields that Shlomo made, and even the throne that Shlomo made. Remember we said that like Shlomo's throne was captured from time to time. So Shishak was one of the people that took it, and obviously we learned that the throne would attack back. So we can only imagine what the throne did to Shishak. But even so, Shishak really took a lot of these really precious things from the Beit HaMikdash. Okay? Now, Pesach Lamed goes on to tell us that there was a war going on between Rechavam and between Yeravam all the days. We're going to skip actually number 30, and then number 31 is who took over for Rechavam. Aviam, his son, took over for Rechavam. So now I want you to go back to the king's sheet and fill that out for Rechavam, for how many years he ruled, for who ruled in his place, and I also want you to do the title and picture for this section. Okay.